Thank you. We will now proceed to the session dedicated to the late Professor Dina Feitelson, and it's my pleasure to call Professor Tami Katzir, who's the head of the Department of Learning Disabilities, to lead the session.
Yeah, you need help? Too close to your arm.
Good afternoon, everyone, members of the Feitelson family. We're very excited to start the session in memory of Professor Dina Feitelson. I think this is very important, especially for our younger generation, the ones who didn't know her, the ones we read about her, but it's a good opportunity to hear a little bit about her. And the way this session is going to run is that I'm going to ask Professor David Scher, who did know her, I wasn't fortunate enough to know her, to say a few words about her. Then there's going to be a memorial lecture by Professor Sharon Vaughn. And then, like every year, the family gives a scholarship to distinguished doctoral students. So we will then give the scholarship award, and the student, Vita Kulik, will give a short lecture about her studies. So Professor Scher, if you're willing to come up here and share a few memories, that would be wonderful.
Do we have a PowerPoint presentation here? Because I have a picture of someone. Isn't it wonderful to have these computer experts around for computer dummies like me? It's a great honor every year to have this special award for an outstanding student, and to enable those who are fortunate enough to have known Dina. Dina was here for the first few years when I was here, and I'm still reaping the benefits. And not just saying that for the family, for the Feitelson family. There were so many things that I was new. I brought my Anglo-centric ideas back in '88 when I first arrived, and Dina was Professor Dina Feitelson. We were talking about reading and learning to read, and she had so many insights, that some of which I understood at the time, some I didn't understand, and have taken me until quite recently to understand. She was a wonderful colleague, and just a few words about her. Here is a picture of Dina as a young woman, she was a teacher. She first began teaching. I won't go into all the history, but she was co-opted onto a committee, a Ministry of Education committee, to examine problems of failure among struggling students in reading. And she was the instigator of a real mapach, a real revolution in teaching methods that essentially changed the entire course of reading instruction in this country in the 50s, from a global whole word approach to phonetic approaches. Sounds familiar? Yes, we've been there before. So it always pays to have a look back in history. This is Dina, as I came to know her. She was a distinguished reading researcher of international stature. She was well known in the International Reading Association for her work in the field, and if you want to get a feel for that work, I mean, we've heard some of her name has already been cited here by Malt with regard to the importance of reading in the home and literacy in the home and reading books to children. This was work she did in the Arabic-speaking sector. She was always someone concerned with those who were less privileged. And she was, when she passed away, suddenly and tragically, prematurely in 1992, the International Reading Association's flagship journal, the Reading Research Quarterly, saw fit to publish this obituary, short obituary, and it really sums up a lot about her work. Dina Feitelson was Professor of Education at the University of Haifa, passed away in April 1992. She devoted her professional life to understanding the nature of literacy development of students with different backgrounds. Her efforts have contributed to the improvement of literacy in Israel and the understanding of cross-cultural issues worldwide. She was an active member of the International Reading Association, integrally involved in the review of submittals to the Reading Research Quarterly, as well as a strong advocate for cross-cultural perspectives and worldwide literacy efforts. She was one of the first people, well before me, to use the term Anglocentric. She referred to it in her 1988 book, Facts and Fads in Reading Instruction, Beginning Reading, Reading Instruction, where she referred to the Anglo-Saxon dominance in reading research. So she was a pioneer in many ways. She leaves us with a legacy of research, scholarship, and ongoing contributions to literacy research, and we will miss her, not only her scholarship, but her presence. Thank you.
Thank you so much, David. It has always been a thread through history to present and to future.